What is going on, everybody? It is your boy Spoofablergus here, and over the last weekend we did have the opportunity to play the Call of Duty Vanguard beta. Now, I would like to preface this with saying, this is all an opinion. No need to throw a pissy fit in the comment section, or anywhere on the opinion of a beta. It's not the final game. It is also my opinion, so there's no need to do that. But what I want to do is go over what I thought were the pros and the cons of what we saw in the beta. I did play it up to level 30, the max level you could play to. I tried out all the guns, tried out everything that you possibly could. I wasn't one of those kids that only ran the STG or the MP40. I tried out a little bit of everything. You can see gameplay going on in the background here. There will be some, you'll obviously see some STG and MP40 just because they were so good. It was fun to use, but it just went over the, like, that's just what you're going to see. That and some clips and stuff I hit when I wasn't streaming. Most of this was on stream over at twitch.tv/spoofablergus. But let's get into this real quick. So some of the pros that I found. The first thing, the game was fun. It was honestly fun to get into it and play it. There was something. I don't know what to classify it as, but there was some element of something pulling me in to constantly play. I'm the person that would usually grind for camos. That's what I do when I play COD. There was no camos for this beta. However, I found it enjoyable. Like, before I used to grind for camos, it gave me that feeling of the fact that it's like, you know what, I just want to play some COD. I just want to, you know, throw something up on YouTube and play some COD for a little bit. And that's how this felt, and it was amazing. The next point is all the guns feel usable and viable. Now, there is a con to this, and we'll get to that later. But back to them all being usable. Everything, there wasn't a gun that you were just like, wow, this is absolutely, I can't touch this. The ITRA burst might be the only thing. However, as to another point, the gameplay is very fast. So when an STG kills you in 4 bullets, and you can get 4 bullets off in an STG quicker than you can 2 bursts of an ITRA, that's where that's going to come into play. But everything felt, I feel like I could go into any gunfight and use anything and have a chance to win. And there really hasn't been that in the last few Call of Duties. You know, Cold War was MP5, 74U, and then the M4, and then Modern Warfare, you know, MP5, XM4. Like, you had to use these meta guns even in the betas in order to do good. So in this one, even in a beta, it felt good that knowing that every gun that you could possibly throw on your character and use felt usable. It was great. I ended up using the NZ41, the gun with the spring that you could actually see most of the time. That was probably my most used gun. Really enjoyed it. It was just one of those things where it's nice to see every gun is actually playable, can kill people, gives you a different experience. And that kind of is going to go into the next one, which is the customization feels real. And it feels like every little tiny nuance of things that you change can actually do something to the gun. Whether it be an actual thing to the weapon, like stat-wise, or even visual. Like, watching the guns visually completely change over the course of actually adding attachments it was cool. It was really cool to see. I know Modern Warfare did it a little bit, and Cold War did it a little bit too, but in this one it just felt like they actually dove a little bit deeper into that actual customization of the weapon and how it should feel and how it should essentially gave it a personality and a living thing. It made it feel like it was alive. You know, you add something that gives you more recoil. You add something that takes away the recoil. You could feel that. In another game, in Modern Warfare 2019, and Cold War, it didn't feel like that. But in this, it did. And then the next point we're going to pull up is going to be probably the most controversial one. Now, I did play blitz pacing for 95% of the beta because I love chaos in games. So in blitz pacing, which I think is a positive, that's actually the last positive I have written down here, but we're going to move this up real quick because it's going to go into the next one. Blitz pacing is outstanding. Whoever is sitting there at Activision or Sledgehammer that said, let's add modes like an option filter, where you can play at, standard COD, you want it a little bit slower, or you want it fucking chaos. Whoever's idea that was is brilliant, because I can't wait for 18v18 shipment, because shipment has been confirmed to come into the game. If you give me blitz pacing shipment, it's going to be nuts. It's going to be frustrating, but it's going to be fun when you're the one shitting on people. And that's how COD should be. It should be frustrating half the time and overly fun the other half of the time. So I think blitz pacing is outstanding. And blitz pacing may be a factor as to why I thought all of the maps were pretty good. They were small. They weren't overly big. Red Star was a little bit big. But again, playing it on blitz pacing where you could get matches of 8v8, 12v12, 16v16 even. I had a game of 16v16 on Red Star Dom. It was outstanding. It was so much fun. Hitting snipes everywhere. You got people running around with MP40s pushing you. You had a little bit of everything, and it was great. All the maps felt very fair and balanced. And that actually even moves into the little to no camping that I ran into. It is a beta, so that might be part of what affected that decision in my mind of there being little to no camping. It could also be the institution of the destructible environments that they added. When you hear destructible environments, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, fucking, I'm gonna throw a grenade and this door might break or open. Ooh. But no, when you say destructible environments, you actually can see and feel the map like degrading over time with the amount of bullets and explosions going on. It was cool. It created a lot of lines of sights, and if you could use them just right, they were great. It was outstanding. But even using them, you broke your own cover, which made you not sit there and camp, which is what it's what they wanted. They wanted no camping, little to no camping. If you were camping, you probably just finished reloading or you were healing yourself back up with health. That's what I ran into 90% of the time, is people like that. The pace and movement. Now, the reason I was not a huge fan of Modern Warfare 2019 is it felt clunky and slow. It felt like they took Rainbow Six Siege's movement, added sprinting, and then put it in Call of Duty. I wasn't a fan of that. I'm a fan of free-flowing movement, which Cold War had. But there's other issues with Cold War. And a lot of people know that, and I'm one of them, and I prefer smooth movement, and Cold War had more of a smooth movement. Now, this game has what I find to be the perfect movement speed and style. Now, it could be because they upgraded the Modern Warfare 2019 engine, and advanced on it. It's a for those of you who don't know, it's an upgraded version of the new engine of the Modern Warfare 2019 engine. It's an upgraded version of that, which you can feel it. You can feel that in every ounce of what you're getting. So it felt great. The movement and the pacing felt smooth. It felt fast. I felt like I wasn't running halfway across the map to get in a gunfight, and it's great. And faster movement makes people not want to sit in corners and camp. And that was, in my opinion, the issue with Modern Warfare 2019 is the movement was so slow that people were like, well, why would I move when I can just sit here and wait for someone to show up in my line of sight that I have mounted against and laser you down? I did not run into a lot of people mounting, so I did not put that in pros or cons. Personally, it's a con. I don't think I think people didn't mount because of the destructible environments, because whatever you're mounting on could be blown up in 20 seconds and you can't mount there anymore. Like, sucks to suck for you, but I don't like mounting because it doesn't need to be in COD. It's an arcade shooter. It's not a tactical shooter. It shouldn't be there. Another thing that I thought was a pro was the kill streaks. The fact that they were actually kill streaks in the first place was outstanding. I've been OG COD player. Now, I prefer kill streaks, not score streaks. I know a lot of people don't like that, but at the same time, it's one of the things that made COD great. The kill streaks felt great too. Nothing was more fun for me than the first time I pulled out that death machine. And I'm like, holy fuck, this is outstanding. And then to find out it had explosive rounds on top of that. And you could just shoot the ground at the patrol point of people. Like, you're sitting in a room waiting for that patrol point to pop up. And you're like, oh, it's red. And it explodes. And you watch people die from around the corner. And you just know they're going to die. it felt strong. It felt good, but you didn't have any extra armor, so you died. You died. It was it. That was it. But you did keep it, which is kind of weird. It's weird and it's not. Like, it makes sense. Like, if I don't know. That's the only thing I would question. The flame knot, I only got it once and the game ended, so I can't really give you a full opinion on that. Fighting them sucked, but they do have like a fourth of the movement speed of you completely. So you get down range, you just kind of pepper them with some bullets, and guess what? They're dead. It's going to take a little bit, but they're still going to die. You still got the distance on them. That's a pretty good thing. I don't like the UAV and the counter UAV being in the same slot. I'm a support player when I run my kill streaks. I probably run UAV, counter UAV, and then I don't know. I'd probably run the death machine at this point in the game. If it came out today with the exact same settings we had, that's what I would run. I don't like counter UAV and UAV being in the same slot. I also don't like the idea of a personal UAV in any form of any game. That to me is the dumbest thing. You're playing a team game. Why would I want something just for myself? Doesn't make sense. And then the last thing in the pros is the sniping. And I know that is a very controversial thing, but hear me out. Sniping felt like World War II sniping, which is probably the second or third best sniping, in my opinion. Remember, this is all opinion-based, behind Modern Warfare 2 and 3. Those are the best sniping CODs. That is the golden era of COD, and there's very little things looking back that you can tell me were full-blown issues in those games. There are issues, but nothing that you can hate the game over. But sniping felt good. It felt like World War II sniping, and I really enjoyed World War II sniping. It felt smooth. It felt great. Hit reg was outstanding, much better than I thought it was going to be for a beta, and the snipers could kill. The 3-line rifle kind of was doo-doo. It was a little doo-doo. Nothing terrible. It was still usable. It was viable. But when you got the car, oh my God, felt great. Felt outstanding. I hit an all-pro with it. One bullet, collateral headshot. I'm sure the clip's played already. I don't know. I'll probably put it right here. I probably won't because I'll forget by the time I actually edit this. But it felt good. And it felt clean. And it felt smooth. And every second of it was great. You do ADS very slow. The ADS speeds need some fixing. But I know for some reason somebody at Activision or head of the Call of Duty family tree or whatever hates quickscoping. And I know a lot of people in the community hate quickscoping too, but I don't dislike. I'll do it every once in a while. It's fun every once in a while. Let's all go quickscope in a lobby or in a private match. Fun stuff like that. A little challenge. But for someone there hates it because they just try to take it out of every game and it's annoying. Now we're moving on to the part that everyone's probably going to love, the cons, because people like to hate things for no reason nowadays. My first con was the audio and the footsteps. I couldn't hear shit. I could not hear anyone. I was playing Hotel Royale. I was sitting in a patrol point, and I had a whole 6 people walk up behind me and shoot me in the back. I didn't hear shit. I had my volume at 100%. I wasn't in a party with anybody. It was just me chilling, playing. Fucking couldn't hear anyone. A lot of it, the audio was a little bit all over the place. I could hear my own footsteps, but I couldn't hear anyone else's. And that, a little bit of, there's no point in having dead silence as a field perk if you already can't hear people. Why would I run dead silence at that point? The spawns were a little nuts. Again, I was playing blitz pacing, so that might be part of it. But at the same time, come on, fix the spawns. It is a beta, so again, I'm not too upset. I'm not like, I'm not going to get it because blah, 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 blah. No, I'm still going to get the game. I'm still going to play it. I'm still going to have fun with it. The game has a ton of potential, and that to me is more important, is this game could be great. I said it in the second day of the beta. I said this might go down as a top 5 Call of Duty for me personally because I had so much fun. Like I said, the need to come back and play it was there again, and I haven't had that in a game in a very long time. Like, I grinded through Cold War and Modern Warfare to get the final camos, Damascus and Dark Matter, just because, that's what I do. I've done it with every Call of Duty. But in Vanguard, I felt that want to come back and keep playing, that need. I had stuff to do over the weekend, and I was upset because I was like, I can't sit at home and just play Vanguard. I want to do this. I had family stuff I had to take care of, and it was annoying. Out of the sidetrack we were here just in. Another con, these last two cons, and then the third, so we have three more cons. The graphical issues, some maps were just absolute messes. They were just squares and shit. Again, it's a beta. I'm not too upset about it. They did acknowledge those things. I was playing on a Series X. They did say, next gen and PC are having graphical issues. We're aware of that. It'll be fixed. Not too concerned. It was just really trippy. And it made for a bad play experience when you're like loading in from the sky drop thing. When you die and you respawn, it's doing that sky swoop in thing. And the whole map's like, blah, blah, blah. That made for a bad experience. The last two are just personal cons because of how I play. Explosives were shit. Like, if any of you threw like the satchel explosive thing, you throw it, it'd sit on the ground for 15 minutes, and then you could finally double tap it and bring up the option to blow someone up, but it had to be right on someone's dick. You literally had to like shove it in someone's ass and then detonate it for it to actually kill anyone. It sucked. I didn't use the bazookas very often, but I do have a friend who is a very, we'll call him an explosive expert at this point in life, and he only got one kill with the Panzerschreck, and he loves using explosives. And he even said like they kind of suck. And then the last con is the shotguns weren't very good. Now I did say in my pros that the guns feel usable. Shotguns are usable. They're very usable. You can use them and kill people, and they kill decently quick. The reload speed is ass. The recoil is ass. You cannot hit a follow-up shot, and when they're semi-auto shotguns, you have to allow for people to hit follow-up shots. The reload speed is terrible. Like I had the auto-loading shotgun. That was the one I was using the most because it was the most fun. Doof, doof, doof. Kill someone 3 shots. Okay. I'd prefer 2 shots, but 3 shots makes more sense. It's a little bit more balanced. Okay, let me reload. And I know there's sleight of hand perks and different ammo capacities and stuff like that, but they just felt like they didn't want shotguns to be primaries, but then someone was like, no, we have to make them primaries because if they were secondaries, they'd be too broken. Like they feel like they should fit somewhere. Like if there could be a first and a half Ares, a middle ground between first and secondaries, that's where shotguns feel like they should fit to me. And it's upsetting because I love using shotguns and snipers. Those are the first things I usually go to get gold. And that's pretty much it. Those are my pros and cons. I will say a couple other things about the game. 256 camos per weapon is going to be a pain in the ass. And I'm going to do it. I'm 100% down to do it. I don't care if the camo looks like shit. I really don't care about that. To me, it's the accomplishment factor. You can watch me do that over at twitch.tv/boofleblogger. So I'm sure I'll be streaming a lot of it. A lot of it I'll do offline because I wake up early on the weekends, even though I don't have to. And I just like to, leave my bedroom fan on, my big fan, get a cup of coffee, have the fan going, drink coffee, put on some headphones, watch some soccer if it's on, watch some YouTube, listen to some music, and just grind out some COD. To me, that's fun. I'm not going to stream that because that's my comfort time. But I was streaming a lot of it. So yeah, make sure you go follow me over at twitch.tv/boofleblogger. Like I said at the beginning, guys, this is just an opinion video. Don't come at me rioting because you don't think the game was fun. I really don't give a shit. Whatever you tell me is probably not going to change my opinion on it. It's my opinion. Now, if you want to have constructive conversation in the comment section, please, by all means, we can have a constructive conversation down in the comment section. If you're like, hey, I like the kill streaks, but some of them felt like they were a little busted, I'll listen. I'll be like, yeah, you know what? I could see that. Maybe the death machine kills in too many bullets or it shoots too quick. Those would be my only concerns with it. I could see that. Or the war machine just wasn't that great. It was okay, but it wasn't that great. I also didn't use it very much. But if you want to have a constructive conversation, please, by all means, do that down in the comment section with me. I'll gladly talk to you. If you want to do that over at my Twitter, at SpoofB, please do that. As you can see in some of the clips in the gameplay, my socials are at the top because I was streaming this, like I said. But with that being said, you guys, I hope you did enjoy this video. Don't let my opinion sway you on if you get the game or not. Like I said, I want to give out what I think of the game. I've played a lot of Call of Duty. I've gone for the camos in the last however many you could get mastery camos. I've done it all. So I feel like I have a pretty good idea. I'm not a biased person. I'm not a Twitch streamer. I'm not a full-blown YouTuber. I'm not a COD tuber where my opinion should fully sway you. This is just a neutral guy who's played a lot of COD who wants to give you a full breakdown of this. I feel like this is a good combination of Modern Warfare 2019 and Cold War to where it is the speed that it should be, the fun factor that it should be, and now we just kind of have to wait till the game is in the wild and everyone can play and look at it. So, with that being said, I hope you guys did enjoy this. Like I said, let me know, give me your opinion on the game down below. I'm not going to harass you or tell you you're stupid or wrong. I'm not one of those types of people, unless you're like, this is the worst Call of Duty, it is worse than Infinite Warfare. Then I might tell you you're stupid. Infinite Warfare was not great. Let's just all be frank about that. If you say it's great, you're just joking to yourself. But I will have a full-blown conversation with anybody. Just leave it down in the comment section below, and I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day. Oh my god, I could have just had a 6-man fucking satchel charge if they blew up faster.
Yeah, they really don't.
You can't double tap X and blow it up?
But it still takes forever. Oh my god, that's such shit.
A shitty double kill gets played.